certified. Do put it on you now. You verify. Niggas free. Do sleep. It's not cheating. It's still great. So many chains and gold teeth. This blood sit on the throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past. Gonna be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains. So when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have a deep squad. Been rapping since knee high. Now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire. When you hear it, you get baptized. One West World, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the globe up. Let's have a feast. Let's shine on our enemies. Right in their face. Let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from half not. Put that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck. Burned out I was from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth. It's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past. Gonna be a story in my page.
All right, this is Rude Speech, man. We got Captain Taiwan in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rude Speech, man. Understand, I break it down right quick.
Get it, one West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine, big glow. I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got a million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we about to demo the building. Fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts, very large caliber on very small cats. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beat, yeah, Ramak would have been shot you. The best rhymer, synth pop and big popper. Big llama, big juice, I'm big jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not in China. My conglomerate wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm throughout pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring karma. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage. That I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred. One West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a fighter, man, and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West will put me up in a starship. Out to fight the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Cause I didn't charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had friends on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, know Jada Pinkett. Hope ball heads, my grain of $1.50. Off my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though. Cause the niggas getting fouled, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino. And the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in the peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a part, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said, sir.
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles are making it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in his dress. She a bombshell. Just dish served cold. I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box. I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new pair of bells.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback
What's the heat?
ODing on a beat, can't flow. We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. That Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One West sleeve stretched through it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing. Click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, so them shooters, they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control of them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving Halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos. Leave you all boxed up, all cause my delivery. I be on that prime shit. Take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir. Shoot you like the Ukraine. Raid your little city, now you voting like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle. I got new aim. Fresh kick, spit with the blick. Not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got the Ruger 5 and 7. That's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. That Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. That Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly. Be there when you call me. Send them fake clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to run down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog. This the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big burst of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty little combat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother out of bed, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. My Glock loaded at the mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, and we outside. Outside, and we outside. We outside, yeah, we outside. One West on them corners, and we outside. We outside with it.
Call me Leaster, too cheesy. I mean, that shit look easy. How bitches come and they greet me, they teach me. Bitches ain't shit and they never will be. I still see hoes on my nuts, but they can't feel me. But really though, I'm in beast mode with the flow. Yeah, it's 10 in the morning, I get up and this you know that I look into the mirror through my eyes. I see my soul, I see a true ass priest, Mr. Israel, yes, bro. I be freshen up, wash up, a true nigga. Throw on my goal, it should go, you know me, cuz. Slip out the door with my fourth dimension cologne. Shine out TLC, Israel, you know we own. Then I call up, cut this up. Wasn't much, just refresh with some young stars. Make some noise with this music with some lost tribes. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Now I know that times may change, but bitch, I'm still the same. Yeah, and I know this a crazy ass game. They really ain't a thing. And they know that gun don't bang. Ain't trying to die today. Whoa, and they know what we all gon' say. Bitch on UPK, hey bitch on UPK. I can't even think about you right now. Yeah, I'm chilling with the homies, and you know how I put down. I'm cool and I'm just sipping while fucking with these little bitches. I guess up on my neck, got these hoes so consistent and so relentless. I just come back with stats in my backpack, I gotta make a track. Before what you're talking about, that bitch is a net. Now I don't smoke no crap, but show a nigga from the back. I just on the block, now these bitches won't come out. Me and Cud chillin', got Modelo's in the south. Niggas be muggin', but I name it in their mouth. Cause they know how Prince Sharp Mom put it down. Down did it down. Hot in my coupe, cruising around town. They all in the back on the ground. Glizzy on the mount. Bitches want water like I'm a fountain. They follow to the house, well shit, this ain't even my house. But top ass bitches, they wanna lounge. Want me dog it out like a hound. But look what I found. When you're up, they all wanna come around. But when you're down, they just kick you on the ground. Lame ass nigga, he the bitch master. Lame ass buster, you fucking cracker. Judas ass boy, you backstabber. Yeah.
You ain't too, you crazy for us.
Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, get even. One beat with feed. Taking over, nigga. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to certify. Whole team full of riders. Every dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivor. Big soldier, nigga. Come on, don't care where it is. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is.
I'm repped out, tell them watch your mouth. You know we gon' bend your block. I'ma walk in time bomb. I go viral. You niggas like TikTok, yeah. This ain't what you want. Tell them throw in the towel. We make niggas hit the clock and with our toe fire rain brimstone. They gon' think that you live a lie. We ain't got no picks. We run it all. We gon' make you pick a spot. We knocking on the door, so let us in. Or you know we gon' pick the lock. We in the field for real. Every day while y'all just say watch, we making enemies on foot stores. Don't know nothing about it. I can take one try when I rock out. I'm like David when I sling shots. I'm putting attachments on everything. Y'all want me connected dot. This drum got 50 unreleased hits. You don't want to be the next to drop. I put them in a box and make that shit double wood. You don't want to be the next to fly. Yeah. Niggas feeling themselves. Get a shovel, tell them dig the pot. Can't fit you and your man's in it, just tell him get a bigger box. Cause I'll put you in one and knock you out one. Call him my nigga knock. I'll put your song on, cut it on you, and then tell you that shit was hot.
That shit was hot. Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, get even. One beat with feed. Taking over, nigga. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to certify. Whole team full of riders. Every dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivors. Big soldier, nigga. Come on, don't care where it is. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. Big soldier, nigga. I'm coming in the name of the boss. So my niggas that is Watertown. Already wait the coast. That point shoot bitch. Red Dead Redemption. Got them niggas scared to whisper. Cause you with us or against us. Can't stop to the zone lock. I don't think you get the picture. He come from my head, I'm giving them lead. The preacher give him a scripture. Flow cold style vicious. Niggas sweeter than the missus. Got soldiers posted. I put them on your roof. Merry Christmas. Bring hither and slay him. Got the Glock out the book of Luke. Keep it stick like Dumbledore. Play dumb, I'ma let it loose. Call my gun Harmon. Call my main bitch better book. He the truth, I'ma need the proof. Got stripes like people shoot. Hit his ass like a Louisville. Hit him low, then I hit him high. Bring him home to the umpire. Give him balls like Wi-Fi. Turn the booth to a bonfire. Little bitch, I'm a live wire. I ride like a cop tie. It's on mine when I ride by. Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, get even. One beat with feed. Taking over, nigga. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to certify. Whole team full of riders. Every dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivors. Big soldier, nigga. Come on, don't care where it is. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is.
I heard they coming for blood. I'ma be coming for more. Give me the floor. They better come with a mop. I'ma be making it pour.
Clap it up. Get it on. I'll answer your questions in the room and online and solve all of your problems. Let's serve them up hot right now, all right?
Then we'll get to some of the topics we need to get into tonight with Asher. What's first?
So for later on, we have a U.S. senator getting gangster inside of a meeting.
We'll go into that. We'll go into that later. There's a video that Asher has, brother, of on the floor of the United States Senate.
A GOP meeting.
A GOP meeting, a council of the United States Senate. They begin to stand up to go to physically fight one another in the middle of the Senate. Why? Because we are in the last days, and the spirit of war is loose on this planet, brother. I don't care how you try to get away from it. If you're in the world, that spirit is going to control you. Right now, you got war in the Middle East. You got war everywhere with Russia and the Ukraine.
You got war right here in New York City and all over the states because of the pro-Palestine Israeli protests.
Listen, all over the streets of America and the UK and the world, people are fighting each other over the Palestinians and the Israelis. And soon you're going to see the counter protests are about to kick off heavy. Right now, you're seeing mostly the Palestinian supporters beating up the police officers and trampling down everything in every city. Soon the Israeli supporters are going to clash with them. At the same time that happens, on the floor of the Senate, two Edomite senators go to fight each other. Two oppressors go to physically fight one another. Why? They can't help it out. It's a spirit that is loose. If you're not in the truth, if you're open-minded, then you're going to take that spirit into you, into your heart, because you have no defense. People with no discipline don't have a defense against the spirits that are loose in this world. Whatever gets popular goes inside of them. And what's popular right now is war, fighting, violence, conflict, and it's everywhere. We're going to go into that tonight. What's another prophecy that's being fulfilled right now? The Bible says that the stars of heaven shall come falling to the earth. What is that speaking about? The people that you used to look up to, the people that were authority figures in your life, the people that held the society together because of everyone's reverence to them, that reverence is falling. They're going to just be normal men, which is why these protesters are beating the police to death. It used to be police coming somewhere would stop violence. You saw that happen when they stormed the Capitol in Washington, D.C. That meant nothing, being a police officer. Police officers are going to get their ass whooped and beat, excuse me.
Yeah.
Not that.
If I may,
please.
People will begin to turn against the police.
People will begin to turn against the police. That's what's going to happen. Go
and
ahead.
there's a video about that as well. An officer was assaulted by two people up in the train station in the Bronx, and
yikes! Listen, that's happened like crazy. And these Palestinian protesters, forget about it. They're turning against the police. They damn near, I think last week I did that with police and hiding, and the protesters were trying to rip the doors off to get to them. No one cares about that anymore, brother. What else don't people care about? Hollywood movie stars. People at one time, my God, you idolized them and you looked up to them. People like Will Smith. I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, brother, and people idolized that Will Smith. He was not us in the streets. He was like a punk. But to people, who weren't in the streets like us, he was reverenced. He was like Bill Cosby. There's another one that everybody used to reverence and love, and in his TV show, college rate among Black people in America, brother. And their star comes falling down from the sky. People aren't going to reverence or care about movie stars, authority figures, presidents, senators, none of that anymore. That's a prophecy in the Bible, brother. The stars from heaven will come falling to the earth. It's happening. We're in the last days, brother, and these are signs of the Third World War, which is a sign of the coming of our King Jesus Christ, all right? We'll go into that this week. Anything else, Zachary?
We have a Hispanic man injures another Hispanic migrant and tells him he doesn't belong in this country.
Yeah, you see that? Like that to me is absolutely amazing until I remember that Hispanics are Israelites, and that's exactly what an Israelite would do. That's it. I'm from the tribe of Judah, and that's a very Judite thing to do. That Hispanic brother did. All right. I'm not going to use the word I want to use because of TikTok, but everybody knows what I'm thinking. That is exactly what we would do. We would go hate someone who is exactly the same as us because some oppressor tells us we're better than them. That is exactly what a black person would do. That's exactly what a Hispanic person would do because we're the same and we hate one another. Everyone understands.
Okay.
Ashley, what do you have? You said something.
No, sir. I want to interrupt you.
Anytime you're ready to rock, we can get to the door.
Sir, so we have Chicago on the
Shut
screen.
down, give him a hand. Go ahead.
We have Atlanta.
Give Brave a hand.
And of course, we have
Okay, what else? We ready to rock? We can get it on?
Go on, sir.
All right, so Lucky, go ahead.
Chicago, any questions? No. Any questions in the room? The mic's up here if you have a question, Bubba Shut.
I'm gonna press the live button. So what do you say? Do we press live and then do what? So we can join them all together?
You're not on TikTok, right?
I'm on TikTok right now.
Okay, so TikTok, you won't be able to see the comments on here. I'll have the comments on the TV screen here for you.
Okay, I'll chill. I'll use this for when I go live when I'm not at the classes. All right. Just remind me to take this with me. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Questions in the room?
Sis, you got it.
Yahweh Shai said to Job to do unto the end.
Endure till the end. I remember that. You got it.
Is it when he died? When he died,
again?
the Most High told Job to endure to the end, and he will like receive his blessing. What did he mean by that? Like until he died, or
I'll explain. Give her a hand. Well done. All right. That term, give me that in the Bible, please. Endure till the end. All right. Endure till the end is a mindset. You can be seated, sister. Go up. It's a mindset. Let me get the precept first, and I'm gonna grab the microphone from the sister. Once I get the precept, then I'll explain. I'll give you the breakdown on it. Whenever you have it, just tell me. All right.
I got the book of Matthew 24 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Give me one verse above, please.
Verse 12. I'll take it verse 11, sir. Mm-hmm. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Give me one more verse above.
Verse 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another.
So this is speaking about the last days. This is Christ, our King Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, in the Hebrew. He's talking to his disciples, and he's preparing them for the kind of world that they are going to be in, and they're expected to work in once he leaves. So he's letting them know what's going to happen. And that day, people are going to hate you. That's what's going to happen. Many people should be offended. There's going to be many trespasses, right? Everyone is going to hate you when I'm gone. Continue. And they're going to hate each other. You're going to live in a world that people don't have any natural affection for one another. People don't have brotherhood. People are not kind to one another. Captain Desariac told me about some of these cats, Mason something. Cameron, right? And how he said that some brother found out his wife was promiscuous. And then Mason Cameron went and did something, like sexual to the woman. When this poor brother found out that his wife was promiscuous, and they didn't care about him at all. And that's why a lot of violence happens to brothers who deal with another man's wife. There's some violence that happens based on that young man. I pray you understand that. Why? Because no one cares about people like they should. Right? They're not taught to do it. They're taught just the opposite. They're taught to be unkind and to be cruel to one another because there is a cruel man in charge of this planet. And Jesus Christ is preparing the disciples for that kind of society. Continue.
And many false prophets shall rise.
Once again, why do people behave like this? Because their leaders are like this. Many false prophets shall rise. You're going to see false prophets everywhere. False prophets on the internet. False prophets on the TV. False prophets coming out of your grandmother's mouth and your woman's mouth. False prophets. Men who claim to represent God. Women who claim to represent God who do not. And who make this world a cruel and cold place. Continue.
And shall deceive many.
Forget about it. They're going to be lying and lie to a lot of people. And people will believe the lie. Please.
Yes, sir. Which was bringing up is so heavy because Mace retired from rap, so you become a Christian preacher. He had a church in Atlanta, sir.
Well, Mace still has a lot of preacher left in him. You understand, right? Mace has a lot of preacher still left in him. Mace did exactly what a preacher would do. That's what he did. Keep going.
Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound.
And because iniquity, what is iniquity? Wickedness. Because iniquity shall abound, meaning it stretches so wide and it encompasses so much land. Evil is everywhere. Because evil is everywhere, go ahead.
The love of many shall wax cold.
Now, because of that, no one cares if you're a brother who, some poor brother in the world, while Mace is, rich and famous. And some poor brother in the world has a woman he loves, has a child with this woman. But you could care less that this brother is so wounded in his heart that you would further his pain, further his shame. That's because the love of many has waxed cold. No one cares about anyone at all because these false prophets have stretched their lies across the planet. Continue.
Verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Let me tell you something, sister and brothers out there. This is an evil world. This is a terrible, cruel, and cold world. But we are up for the battle. You understand? I don't care how evil this world gets. I don't care how cold people are. I don't care how terrible it is outside. We are prepared for this war. We're in it. And we're going to get through this. We're going to stay in it. We're going to love each other in a world with no love. We're going to be kind to one another in a cruel world. And we will endure this. We'll get through it. That's a mindset. You understand? That's a mindset. We'll get through this, Aki. We'll get through this, brothers and sisters. Don't worry about it. I know everything falls down all around you. And I know you can get depressed. And depression is like a plague. It's a terrible plague, depression. And so many times you feel you have the right to be depressed, the right to live a self-destructive lifestyle. You think you have the right to let the cruelty of the world live inside of you because it's so difficult. But we are up for this fight. This is what we know. This is what we train you for. This is why we don't sing and dance and have tambourines and pianos, because those instruments and that fun does not prepare you for the kind of world that you are going to be expected to live in and work in. Everyone understands. All right, let me give you another precept on that real fast. Give me 1 Samuel on this topic. 1 Samuel. Bob. 1 Samuel 10 and 26.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 26. So I get.
Give me 24, skip, and then give me 26. Go ahead. This is the precept about when the Israelites chose a king. This is the first time we chose a king. Now, of course, you can break this precept down for the current king over the nation of Israel, for the king we have right now. All right, go ahead and read it.
1 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 24. And Samuel said to all the people, see ye him whom the Lord hath chosen.
See you him who the Lord hath chosen. The Most High God chose our King Jesus Christ. He was chosen to rule this nation. Not Will Smith, not Puff Diddy. I was in the car with Levi. They said, some girl said Puff Diddy did some terrible mess to her. Yikes, I don't know if it's true, but it seems true. Puff Diddy seems like that kind of person. It seems true to his character, Puff Diddy. I mean, said he paid male prostitutes to be with his woman. Somehow, a lot of them cats like that like to see some other man deal with their woman. So they like to be a cuckold to some, some better man. To watch him tear their woman from limb to limb. Go ahead.
Kind of sounds like a slave mentality.
Yeah, it's sick as hell. Me myself. I do my own work.
Right.
I drive my own car, bro. I pray you understand that. So anyway, they like to watch other men drive their car. I don't know what it is, but it was sick, and it seems true to his character. I don't know if it's true. Forget about Will Smith. Levi told me something about Will Smith that was insane. Some cat said he caught Will Smith doing ungodly things. It was horrific. This is an evil, evil place. It's a terrible place. But we serve a king who is the best and the most perfect man to ever live. And he's worthy of our service, brother. And he can get us through this. We follow him, we'll get through this. We follow him, we won't be like Will Smith. We won't be like Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, or Mace, or Cameron, or your mama's preacher. We won't be like them. We'll be different than them because we serve a man who is the greatest among all of us. Keep going.
That there is none like him among all the people.
Keep going.
And all the people shouted and said, God save the king.
They said what?
God save the king.
They said, God save the king. They knew it was right up. They know that this is the man. He's the one. He is someone that we can truly look up to. He's someone that we can pattern our lives after. Who do you pattern your life after? A rapper? Huh? Some actor? Some drug addict? Some senator? Some president? A lot of you dumb oppressors out there down south. I wish I could talk to an oppressor for 5 minutes to understand how someone from the south, from Kentucky and Alabama, chose a rich slumlord from Queens to be their God. How did you even do that? You can't stand New York. You hate everything about the people up north. Yet when it came time to choose a president, you chose a rich city slicker from Queens, New York, to be your president. And you're going to choose him again because you're a sucker. You're a sucker. He fooled you bumpkins, country bumpkins down south sitting in trailer parks. He hustled you. That's what he did. That's who you follow. You follow Donald Trump. That's who you believe embodies your principles. Trump. We serve Jesus Christ, the greatest black man, the greatest man to ever live. And he's someone that you actually can pattern your life over. He's someone that you actually can look up to. He's someone that you actually can follow. God save the king. Everyone understands. Keep going.
Then Samuel told the people,
down to 26.
Verse 26, and Saul also went home to Gibeah.
Now Saul went home to where his homeland was, the town he grew up in. Go ahead.
And there went with him a band of men whose hearts God had touched.
You see, Saul was the current king at that time. He was the first king. Now this king we serve is Jesus Christ. And just like during the time of Saul, when Saul became king, he went to his town and chose what?
A band of men whose hearts God had touched.
That's what he did. He became king. He went and found a band of men. A band of men whose hearts God had touched. Jesus Christ, the current king over the nation of Israel, he's done the same thing. I pray you understand that. He's our king now, and he went out and chose men whose hearts have been touched by God. And because of that, we will get through this.
Right.
Everyone understands. All right, next.
Come on, sir. Atlanta, any questions? Atlanta? No, okay.
How's my volume? Good to go. I had the mic far away just now.
No complaints on the mic,
Solid.
sir.
Anything else?
Gonna have a question online,
Go
sir.
ahead.
This is from Zabakra. Can someone get Genesis chapter 20 and 12? The brother would like a breakdown on Genesis 20 and 12. He said a Christian said that Abraham and Sarah were brothers and sisters. Can you explain that, sir?
True. I'll explain it for time's sake. Abraham lied and said that Sarah was his sister because he didn't want to get killed in this land that he was in, because he believed that if they knew that Sarah was his wife, this evil land that he was in at the time would just unalive him and then take his wife. So he lied and said that she was his sister. Then later, the king, who wanted to have sex with Sarah, chastised him in the name of the Most High, because he should not have said that, because then he would cause this king to sin in the eyes of his God. So that's where the whole Abraham and Sarah were sisters and brothers. They were not. All right? You just got to read a little farther down, brothers. All right. Go ahead.
Sir. Can someone get Genesis 49 and 12? This question is from Officer of 1,000 Ashkor out in California, sir.
No sweat, warrior.
He asked, in Genesis 49 and 12, what does it mean where it says his teeth shall be white with milk? Does it mean he will be eating a lot?
Eating a lot. Okay. Don't think a lot, but he's going to be nourished. So just think about that. Read the precept for everyone, and I'll explain.
Genesis 49 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
So the red with wine is telling you that he's going to drink wine. And because he drinks wine, his eyes are red. You get the point. This is a precept for the tribe of Judah and for Jesus Christ, right? What you got to think about, nowadays you might not see this characterization of black people, but a little while ago, this was how black people were seen, with a big giant smile. Look up this show Am Good.
This show?
This DIS show Am Good. I believe it's an oatmeal commercial, but these were everywhere, during the 30s and, all the way up until the 50s, damn near. A big smiling, there you go. Let me see him. That's that, look at him. He's as happy as he can be. That was how people saw Judah. There's another one too. There's 1,000 of them. I'm trying to think of one of them. That's a good one in that he's just a smiling, happy. Go ahead, up. Please. I'll give you the microphone. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I may, would that be considered like blackface? That's what they call it, right? Okay,
exactly. The water warrior. Okay, black people were just considered to be big, white teeth, smiling, happy, brown-skinned people that just danced and were happy. All right, that was a very old characterization of black people. I think it existed until the 60s. I think the civil rights movement is what changed the minds of our oppressors about us. But before civil rights, we were the happiest, nicest, helpful people in the world. I'll tell you who it's happening to right now is Hispanics. Before Hispanics began to want something, to demand something, they were gardeners. Just people that were trying to garden and trying to help white people. The minute Hispanics started to want a better life, now they're the cartel. Now they're gang members, and now they unalive people. But before that, people looked at Hispanics, brother, like they were just, people that wanted to do your garden for you, wanted to cut your grass for you. Not anymore, because Hispanics dared to want a better life. Well, the same thing happened with the tribe of Judah. This particular precept is speaking about the blackface coon characterization of the tribe of Judah, of black people. The red eyes is because he drinks wine, right? So his eyes are red. The white teeth are because he's drinking milk, meaning he's nourished, he's happy. He's getting plenty of milk in him. He's well fed. He's well fed and content. And that was exactly how most of our oppressors believed that black people were. Just happy slaves. Slaves that just sung and smiled and were very happy to be slaves. Everybody understands. That's the precept for you. So you can think of the milk white with milk, meaning the milk makes his teeth white, meaning he's well nourished, good vitamins in him because he's eating well. It's like he's drinking. He's eating well and he's nourished, and because of that, he's smiling and happy. All right. And there's 1,000 images. You might just look up a Negro image with big white teeth, something like that. But they were all over the supermarket at one time. They were everywhere on every box. Some smiling face telling you to buy this oatmeal, buy this rice, buy this syrup. Everybody gets it, all right? Next.
Come on, sir. Next question I have, sir. A brother asked, well, someone asked, how do you stop an addiction, whether it's a substance use, drinking, or sexual addiction?
You can give me let me think. Let me give you a short answer. The short answer would be, a man shall not live by bread alone. You want to give me that? I would start there. Okay. Let's say you have an addiction. There are many precepts on addiction. Most of you, if you don't know, the Israelite School of UPK under commanding General Yohana has a substance abuse program, an alcoholism program. Captain Akkad is over that program right now. You can contact that program, contact Captain Akkad, and we'll run you through our system that works if you work the system. It absolutely works to free you from whatever addiction you have. Alcoholism is a terrible scourge among our people, especially the tribe of Gad. The tribe of Gad has terrible alcoholism. I mean, really, it really sculpts their destruction, the alcoholism among the so-called North American Indian. But it stretches to every tribe. And of course, the tribe of Judah has a terrible, terrible culture-altering drug addiction problem. It's the Hispanics tribe, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans have a terrible culture-shaping drug addiction problem, all right? And it's something that absolutely you can be free from in the name of our King, Jesus Christ. Please, warrior. Come on.
The scripture that the Christians misuse.
Is it on?
Salaki out of one. The scripture that the Christians misuse, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ. Would this be a good precept?
Yes, I'll take that precept. Okay, I can do all things through Christ is true about a lot of different topics, but it's more of an encouragement than how you get rid of drugs. You can't get rid of drugs through just saying Jesus Christ can do everything. For instance, who uses that term a lot, that precept a lot is the AA programs, Alcoholics Anonymous, NA, Narcotics Anonymous. And, they talk about, the God of your understanding. You can do all things through Jesus Christ, which strengthen you, which is encouraging and true and good. But it is not how you get off of drugs, which is why if you're in NA or AA, the rate of relapsing is about 98%. I could be lowballing it, but it's going to happen. Okay, those programs don't work. Do you understand? Relapsing is part of the process, which is why you'll say, I have 2 days clean, 20 days clean, 30 days clean. I got 1 day clean. You get my point? They're counting the days because they know you're going back to one eventually. Well, so that is encouraging, but it won't get you off of drugs. But let me give you what will get you off of drugs, all right? Give me the precept I asked for.
Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4.
Listen very carefully. Now, just imagine you're someone who's a weed addict. You smoke marijuana, which is, very difficult to get off. Cigarettes are a terrible scourge. Try to get off of cigarettes. Marijuana is so strong, and not only is marijuana so addictive and so strong, but society wants you to smoke it. Society is pushing you to do it so much so that if you're weak, the spirit of marijuana is going to attach itself to you. If you're open-minded, it's going to attach itself to you. Everyone understands. So listen carefully. Go ahead.
But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone.
Above it, give me the context.
Verse verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
So this is the time when Christ was led up into the woods where nobody lived. That's why it's called the wilderness, right? It's a wild place, which is what wilderness means. Feels when you get off of drug, pain of not takes, it's gonna hurt. If you've ever needed a cigarette before, it hurts. You ever see them videos of people getting off planes on planes and they freak out on those planes and fight people? Those people need a cigarette up. And they've just been on a plane for 4 hours, 6 hours, 3 hours. If you don't get a cigarette out every 10 minutes, you're going to punch someone in the face. Well, they've been on a plane, brother, for 4 hours. They have to get off now. Do you understand? They can't wait in line to get off that plane. They got to get off right now, and they're going to fight someone. Many people that you see that are agitated and angry, it's because they need a fix. They need it. All right? It's why people can't stop doing drugs, because it hurts when you try to stop. There's physical pain attached to it. Your body wants to smoke. Your body needs a drink. Your body needs marijuana. Everybody gets it, right? Well, addiction ends when you can take that pain. That's when addiction ends. 1 second up. When you feel that pain and you can take it, most times the only reason that you can take that pain is because you realize the pain of getting high is worse. The pain of being an alcoholic is worse. So you kind of weigh the pain. Like, I could end the pain I feel right now and smoke some weed, shoot some heroin. But damn, then I'll lose my children more and lose my life more and go back into prison. So you weigh the pain and you decide, you know, I'm just going to go through this pain that I feel right now because the pain of getting high is worse. So all of it is about that. You're suffering. Christ went up into this mountain to be tempted of Satan. What was he doing at that time? He was on a fast. Christ had not eaten, had had nothing to drink at all, had not eaten for 40 days. He went up into this mountain to be tested, which is what you will feel if you're trying to get off of drugs, if you're trying to get off of marijuana, if you're trying to quit an alcohol problem, if you're trying to get off of cigarettes in the back. What do you want to say, Al?
Like, yes, sir. If I may, it's so strong because you got celebrities that they get paid millions of dollars to do a show for like an hour, but they're going to a particular country that outlaw, you know what I'm saying, outlaw cigarette, outlaw drugs.
Yeah.
So they say, yo, we're going to pay you $2 million for an hour of your time. They say I can't do it because weed is outlawed. Cigarettes is outlawed.
They can't go 2 hours without smoking weed because it hurts. And that's what you got to just remember when you're trying to face this addiction. You are going to feel straight up and down physical pain. And what the brother just said is true. It was in the news where these rappers can't go to perform anyplace else. They can't go 3 hours without smoking weed. Their stomachs and their bones will ache if they don't get it. They need it. They're addicts. They need it. Well, that physical pain is what Christ felt. As he was up into this mountain, he's feeling it. He's hurting. As he's in pain, his stomach, his bones, his mind, his mouth, everything just hurts because his body is craving food. You understand? Craving water. And he's hurting over that. Continue.
Verse 3, and when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God.
Also, the other one I need is, these cometh out not but by fasting and prayer. I need that. Keep going.
Command that these stones be made bread.
Okay, so then Satan came to him and said, listen, man, if you're the Son of God, then order these stones to turn into bread. You're hungry, right? So then turn the stone into bread. Why are you sitting there hungry when you could just take this rock and the Most High God will turn this rock into a loaf of bread for you? Do it so you can end your pain. So you can end your pain in your stomach that needs to eat. turn the rock into bread. Just do it now. Why suffer? Why hurt when you could eat? You could eat right now. Do it. Continue.
Verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Let me tell you how you get off of drugs, brother. You have got to deny yourself something that is essential to life so you can know how to fight the pain when your body tells you to take something that is going to cost you your life. That's what you need to do. If you can give up food, you can give up cigarettes. Give up water. That's all. You're a drug addict, you can't stop smoking. Stop drinking water. Stop eating. Stop it. You're going to develop something that you don't have. You're going to be strong, young man. You're on drugs because you're weak. And that's just the truth of you. You're a weakling. You don't have strength. Give up something that you absolutely do need. Do you understand? If you don't drink after 3 days, you're dead. You're going to die. If you don't drink after about 40, if you don't eat after about 41 days, you're dead. You're going to die. If you could deny yourself something essential to life, you can deny yourself something that you don't even need, something that's actually hurting you. Jesus Christ said, man shall not live by bread alone. Why? Because Satan is telling Christ what? Now just think, man shall not live by bread alone. What does that? That's telling you something. That's telling you how Satan is tempting him. But you got to answer the question for me. You know the answer. The answer is man shall not live by bread alone. So then what was Satan telling Christ? Young man right here.
To lock out the one. He was telling him to eat. He was telling him to.
Why?
Because he hadn't eaten in 40 days.
Okay, you're walking down the street of it. Why is Satan telling Christ he should eat?
Because he's in pain from not eating.
You're on it right now, but just use the words he used. You should eat because if you don't eat,
you will die.
You're going to die. Give him a hand. That's what Satan is saying. Satan is saying, listen, man, if you don't turn that stone into bread, you are going to die. Why? Because you have to eat to live. You got to eat. It's been 40 days. You have got to eat. If you do not eat this, you're going to die. Eat it because you're going to die. Eat it and save your life. Man shall not live by bread alone. Sure, I will die if I don't eat. Sure, I will die if I don't drink. But that's not all I need to live. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. I need that too. I need that like I need bread and water. I need the commandments of God to also live. So now if I'm strong enough to give up bread and water, then I can also be strong enough to keep the word of God. So you smoke cigarettes, stop drinking water. Stop eating food. Go on a fast. Don't just fast. See, a lot of you fast off of cigarettes and weed. And then, of course, once the pain starts, you go smoke cigarettes and weed again. Don't eat. Don't drink. Feel that pain. See what that feels like after about 4 days of not having any food at all. 2 days of no water at all, nothing. Then now, once you drink some water and you feel the pain to smoke, oh, you can handle that because you denied yourself something that is necessary for life. Surely you can deny yourself something that's not necessary for life. Let me get the last precept, all right, the one I asked for.
Mark chapter 9 and verse 28. And when he was coming to the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could not we cast him out?
The disciples went out and tried to cast out demons. They couldn't do it. They couldn't. They came up against some cat that the demon was stronger than them. They couldn't do it. A lot of you, that demon is stronger than you are. That demon, you're weak. That's why you're an addict, because you're weak. A lot of you are weak mostly because of your parents. Sometimes it's genetic. It's something in your bloodstream. It's something that has just been in your blood and your family for so long that it's just in your DNA to be weak to this specific thing, like an illness. And everyone in your bloodline is just more susceptible to this particular demon because it's worked for so many generations. It's weakness. It's weakness. Read that precept again.
Mark 9 and verse 28. And when he was coming to the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could not we cast him out?
They want to know why. We tried to, you cast out demons. Why couldn't we do it? We follow you. We learn from you. Why couldn't we do what you did? Continue.
And he said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing.
This particular demon, this one that you tried to fight today, there's demons and then there's demons. Do you understand? There's some things, you know, you trying to stop. Some of you trying to what? You trying to stop you know, I don't know, biting your nails or trying to stop, you might be a little kid trying to stop sucking your thumb or some nonsense like that. That's rough and it can be difficult to do, right? Hard to give up. Then there's that other demon, brother, and that one is rough. And cigarettes and marijuana. If you've been from a family who's gotten high, everyone in your family gets high. You smelled weed all around your mouth, around your house. A lot of you sisters out there, your child stinks like weed. The baby bag, the car seat. My God, do you understand what your child, do you understand that you are getting high with your child in the car? So your child is addicted to weed when they're an infant. Because you smoke weed in the car, your child has been getting a contact high since they came home from the hospital. By the time you're a grown man, you need marijuana. You have got to have it. Well, Jesus Christ is saying there's some demons that are not coming out unless, except, keep going.
But by prayer and fasting.
But by what?
Prayer and fasting.
But by prayer and fasting. Why is prayer so important? Because you got to turn to the Most High for this. You can't do this on your strength alone. Certain things you can just do because, you're a badass, because you're strong, you're tough. I get you. I understand. There's other things that are stronger than you. And this particular one is stronger than you. And you're going to have to fast to train your body to suffer. To suffer. Suffering is the key to beating a drug addiction. Pain is the key to beating a drug addiction. To embrace it, to accept it, to welcome it, to not run from it, but to feel such agony and such suffering and to step into it. Learn breathing techniques so I can just hurt. I can just be in pain. I can get my mind off it by doing this, by doing that, but I'm not ending this pain. I will not be the reason that this pain ends. I'm going to suffer. I'm going to hurt until there is no pain. Lo and behold, you'll look up one day, brother, and to smell weed will make you sick. To smell cigarettes and be like, oh my God, who's smoking in here? It's disgusting. And you'll be shocked when you realize it. You'll be shocked that now somehow I don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to do it because you embraced the pain of not doing it and you didn't stop it. You didn't run from it. Suffering, embracing suffering is the key to beating any addiction. I don't care what the hell you want to do. You want to lose weight, get in shape. You want to get your diabetes together and your high blood pressure together. Suffer. That's all. That's all for a lot of you big women out there. What are you all worried about all the time? Losing weight. You got hustlers selling you things all day for weight loss. They got the torture thing where they wrap their waist up. And it's like a corset from the 1800s. And they get into all these pills. How much money does the weight loss industry make for women? Look, the brother said, damn, because that's a giant number. That number is probably insane. With a ton of swami schemes and snake oil telling some big broad what she needs to do to lose weight. Let me tell you the truth because I love you. Suffer. Be hungry. That's it. Be hungry. Suffer. Embrace it. Don't end the pain of hunger. Don't end it.
3.7 billion.
$3.7 billion of mess that does not work. That does, like the NA program. like the AA program, something that you're going to relapse on. You understand? You're going to relapse on those things. Come on.
This is according to the market research reports, the global weight loss and weight management market was valued at around 189 billion in 2020.
Jesus Christ. But of course, there are places they don't have that problem. How about you, Levi? On Haiti, is there a big industry for weight loss in Haiti? No.
Sir.
You don't have that problem down there, do you? Yeah, right. You got a problem with getting something to eat, right?
Turn out of what kind.
It's funny how places like Haiti and places in Bangladesh, for some reason, they don't have a problem with being too overweight. I wonder why that is. Because they're starving to death. So they're telling you the key to it. The key to it is to not eat any food. That's it. They have the cure in Haiti. Right? Haiti has the cure to obesity, y'all. They have the cure. They starve. And so they're fine. Pain, embrace it. I don't care what it is, whatever you want to do in life. You have to embrace the pain to achieve it. No pain, no gain. It's true in everything in life, and it's especially true with addiction problems. All right, come on.
Sir, a quick follow-up question regarding to addiction. Would a good Bible word for addiction be stronghold? Because I've heard that word used to describe addiction in terms of
stronghold. I would not use that term. I don't think it makes you understand it. When the Bible says through the taking down of strongholds, a more accurate example would be Christianity. Christianity is a stronghold. Islam is a stronghold. Why? Because a stronghold is a castle, and castles are defended, and people fight for castles. You understand? Christianity is a stronghold. Addiction is a demon. So any scripture about demons, I would use for addiction. A stronghold is like a government. There's a power that causes addiction. You understand? See me one more time, please. No sweat. Next question.
Sir. Next question I have, sir, online is from Rahawar Kokomo.
Take a little ice in that. It was all right.
They said, Salakia, sir, can I have a breakdown on Matthew chapter 22, verses 29 through 31?
Go ahead.
If a brother can get that, Matthew 22, verses 29 to 31.
Anything in particular? I hope so. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 22, verse 29. Yahushua answered and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scriptures.
I turned the light off because too much. Yeah,
got you. Go ahead.
Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of the Most High. Verse 30. For in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage.
This is Christ teaching on reincarnation, right? This is about reincarnation. The entire question that the Sadducee or the Pharisee are asking him are about reincarnation. They don't believe in reincarnation. They know he teaches reincarnation. So he's trying to say, listen, if 7 brothers, you got 7 brothers, the eldest brother marries a woman. He dies without giving her a child. According to the law of a brother in the Old Testament, her next brother has to marry her and try to give her a child for the other brother that died. That happens 7 times. She never has a child with any of them. She marries the brother after the husband dies each time. Then finally, she dies also. So in the reincarnation, who does this woman belong to? Because she's been with all 7 of the brothers lawfully. Come on.
No one.
No one. Why? Because in the reincarnation, Asher, come on.
Her spirit is in a new body. Is not. It belongs.
She's
to
going to be like the angels of heaven. And what are angels?
Holy, pure,
obedient. That's what angels are. Obedient. Angel. If an angel appears in this room, He's here to do what the Most High God tells him to do. That's it. He's not here because somebody had a contract or because some agreement was made with men. He's here because the Most High God wants him to do a thing. When you're born into this world, you're going to be born to the family that the Most High God wants you to be born to. You're going to be in the situation that the Most High God wants you in. You're going to do what he tells you to do and nothing else. Not you. You won't have to honor some contract or something that your granddaddy talked about. You are brand new, which means you obey him. That's this. This is the precept that Christians use to try to say that when you die, you become angels. But of course, it cannot mean that because you just read why. Read it one more time.
For in the verse 30, for in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels.
But are what?
But are as the angels.
Spell that word right there. But are what as the angels?
But are as the angels.
Spell that word as.
A-S.
A-S. Everybody knows what A. Alexa, what does the term as mean?
As is usually defined as a long-eared, slow, patient.
Alexa, stop. What is as?
Alexa, stop.
What is as? What type of word is that?
A-S?
As is what kind of word in English? Not an adjective. What is it? Go ahead.
Dictionary, as, adverb, used in comparisons to refer.
Used in what?
Comparisons.
Used in what?
Comparisons.
Okay. When you are born in the resurrection, you will be as an angel, which means you're definitely not what?
An angel.
An angel. You wouldn't. I would go to a man and be like, brother, you're as a lion. Man, you're like a lion, brother. I'll say that to a man. But you know what I would never say is like a lion? Who knows? You would never go to a lion and go, damn, this lion is like a lion. That doesn't make any effing sense, right?
Okay.
You would never say a lion is like a lion. You would only say something is as a lion that is not a lion. It might remind you of a lion. It might resemble a lion, but it definitely can't be a lion because it's as a lion. So tell that to your grandmammy and your abuela. Tell them that you cannot be an angel when you die and come back because the Bible said you would be as an angel, which means you definitely are not an angel. Is that good enough? Anything else? Look down for my drink. It wasn't there. It was gone. Whenever it gets here, I'll be happy to get it.
An angel did it.
An angel took it. Took the drink. All right. Go ahead. Next question.
Yes, sir. Next question I have online is from Brother Kusha.
Mm-hmm.
He asked, how long does a bad reputation supposed to last among brothers in the truth rather than people in the world?
Okay, it's really the same. Okay, a bad reputation lasts as long as you want it to. Now, okay, it's not accurate that it's not the same. I misspoke when I said that. The process of ending it is the same throughout the world. The process of ending it is the same. Brothers in the truth will give you absolutely more of a break than people in the world throughout a warrior, because brothers in the truth know about the precept that says you have to forgive someone 7 times 70. So brothers in the truth are honor bound to forgive you. You get my point? They have to forgive you. So you do something wrong to them, they're obligated to forgive you. But the process of getting that forgiveness is the same as someone in the world. If you have a bad reputation, then you better get busy building a good one. That's it. Right? Your reputation is really you coming up against people's memories. Right? The problem with people is they have memories. They didn't forget when you did. Right? They haven't forgotten it. They don't have amnesia. So you're coming against memory. Well, how do you fight the memory that someone has of something you did bad? You give them a new memory, a good memory. So now, yes, he did these things. I remember those. But just yesterday he did this. And today he did this. And now before you know it, the thing you did that was bad, the days stack up against it of good memories that they have with you. If you want to be forgiven in the truth for doing something bad, you better give brothers in the truth good memories of you, because you're not doing that now. Here you go, Asher. Somebody take this phone.
Yes, sir.
Right now, this is what you're doing. So many. Let me tell you something else. Let me give you.
They hung up.
Okay, no sweat. Let me let you in on something that you might not know because of your weakness, right? Usually, now I don't know your particular case, so I'm just giving you something in general. If you are even thinking about why people haven't forgiven you, you're not repentant for what you did. No one who's actually repentant blames the people who are angry at them for what they've done. Who in the hell does that? Go do that with your wife. Many women will do that. Some old, this is what she'll do. She'll go out and you'll catch her on Facebook talking to some other man. Or you'll catch her flirting with some man, or you'll go into her phone and she's talking to her ex and sending her ex naked pictures. Then you, because you're stupid, will stay with her because you're a dummy. And every day when you bring it up, she'll go, damn, that's in the past. Why don't you forgive me? You still bringing that up? She'll make the fact that you are still hurt from it. That's the problem. The problem is you, really. The problem is that you just won't let it go. Someone that says that is not repentant for what they've done. No one that actually is earning forgiveness ever blames people for not forgiving them. People don't do that care about how they've hurt someone. So if you're in the truth and brothers are upset with you, I don't know your situation, but I can all but guarantee you're the problem. Brothers in the truth are right not to forgive you. They're absolutely right. They're correct in doing it. I don't know for sure, but I have been around a little while. And I know whenever I hear that term where, see, brothers ain't give me no brotherhood. Yeah, I did steal that money from them. I understand that. But damn, when they gonna let that go? Yeah, I did talk to that brother's wife and tried to have sex with that brother's wife. But when they gonna let this go? I mean, they're supposed to be in the truth. You're supposed to be in the truth. When are brothers in the truth going to forgive you? When are brothers in the truth not going to do things that need forgiveness? Aren't we both in the truth? So I'm in the truth, so I have to forgive. I got you. Well, aren't you in the truth too? So shouldn't you stop doing those things that you're doing? Shouldn't you have never done the thing that you've done? Wicked people always are blaming someone else for the repercussions they cause. So now, well, how long does it take for brothers in the truth to forgive you? As opposed to brother, how long does it take for a brother in the truth to act like he's in the truth? To not steal from you, to not lie to you, to not go out and get high, to not be a dope head and a drug addict. When will brothers in the truth stop offending other brothers in the truth? Well, the minute that happens, brothers will forgive each other. But as long as you hurt brothers in the school, I don't know if I can get them to have amnesia. I don't know if I could do that. You might want to fix your damn self. Sister, you had your hand up? Give her the microphone.
How can I put it? You said you supposed to. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
I understand it says in the Bible you're supposed to forgive a person 7 times, right?
Yeah.
But people how can I say, when you do something to somebody and it dawn to you and stuff like that, they don't want they don't want your forgiveness, and it's sad because it seemed like when the Most High want you to forgive, want you to apologize to that person, it's like it's no good. Yeah, it seems like you messing up a good thing, and then they don't realize it, and then the Most High, put it in your head on consciously, and you mess up the good thing.
What you're saying is true. Give her a hand. That's true. The Bible says that once a friend is lost, he's hard to gain again. That's in the Bible. If I was you, I'd stop, effing with brothers. I'd be nice. That's all. Why don't you just do that? That's a lot simpler, right? It's a lot easier for one man to change his wicked behavior than for the entire school to forgive that one man. It's easier if you would just stop smoking weed and before you know it, everybody find out that you're a drug addict. Then everybody has to forgive you 7 times 70. Oh, you're getting high again. We have to forgive you again. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your cover and hang it in our graveyard. Get this, make sure everyone sees this. This is where the souls of people that are always needing so much forgiveness live. Right up here. This is where I'm going to put you, up here. All right. This is where people, you know who is up here right now? People that need the brothers to forgive them. We are going to forgive you. We're going to forgive the hell out of you. We're going to forgive you and never talk to you again. Never look at you again. Never say anything to you again. But we're not going to break your jaw. We're not going to send brothers to your house to get retribution for what you've done. You better count that as forgiveness, because that's what it is. Forgiveness doesn't mean I get amnesia. Forgiveness means I don't take revenge. You understand? I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to harm you. I'm not going to send the brothers down to your crib to do what should be done to you if this land was not ruled by a wicked man. That's not going to happen. All right? But we will never talk again. I will step over you on the sidewalk and not speak to you at all and hang your cover in our graveyard that others may see and forbear their wickedness. And I forgive you. No, go in peace, all right? Everything is fine. Next. Go ahead.
I have a question, sir, myself. I started reading this article or this paper by a brother who was Muslim. His name was Dr. Naim Akbar, PhD in clinical psychology.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote like a little like an article or a book, a synopsis called "Chains and Images of Psychological Slavery."
All right.
And the book is extremely heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's talking about how it's basically reiterating a lot of things that the Bible says and what we teach here.
All right.
So I wanted to know: is there any scriptures that that I can use to pair up with the house slave wanting to be desired by the master, or wanting to gain the acceptance of the master? Like, I know the scriptures in the Maccabee where the brother decided to go up and kill the pig on the altar after the Maccabee said no. But anything else?
I'll give you a couple just off the top of my head. I would go, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Okay, concert.
I would also go to, why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? I would go there. I would go master, servant, dynamic. He wants to please. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Please. Oh, it's almost right there. Start with those. I think if I read around those, it'll move, because that's two. I would go straight there, because those are about that. It's about, it's about okay, you can answer it. It's about Israel behaving like a slave that was born into slavery, as opposed to a slave that was taken into slavery. When you're born into slavery, you're comfortable with it, and your life is about pleasing the master, as opposed to a slave that's fresh kidnapped. That slave is fighting back. Everybody gets the point. All right. Good to go. Solid. Next.
What, sir?
No problem.
This next question is from young man Jaheem.
All right, Jaheem, give him a hand.
Can someone get 1 Corinthians 13, 7-9, Baba Kasha? Young brother Jaheem asks if he can please get a breakdown on 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 7-9, Baba Kasha.
Jaheem seems like he had an English name for about 2 years. Jaheem down in Florida, brother. You go to your camp leader about that Hebrew name. See if you're worthy of giving it yet.
Is that young brother that
yeah,
recalled the show?
From Florida, exactly. You call down to that camp leader, man. See if you've earned your Hebrew name yet, all right? Okay, go ahead. Were you ready? What was the question?
Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 7-9, Baba Kasha.
Mm-hmm.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 7. Beareth I'll start at verse 6, sir. Rejoiceth not, so like in verse 5, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own.
This is this is Galatians.
First Corinthians.
First Corinthians.
First
He wants to
Corinthians.
break down. Period.
Yeah, verses chapter 13, verses 7 through 9.
Okay, this is about love. All right.
Charity, sir.
Charity. When you this word charity here is love. So that's the best way to understand this. Charity today denotes, giving money to the poor. You understand? That's what it means today. This is love. So just think what love is. This is about love. This is how love behaves. This is what it does. Everybody understands. What is love? Love is keeping the commandments of God. That's what love is. So you keep those commandments of God. If you do that, this is what you will achieve right here. So just imagine you being the type of man that keeps the commandments. Keeping the commandments will achieve this. Go ahead.
Can I start at verse 4, sir?
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 13 and 4. Charity suffereth long.
Charity does what?
Suffereth long.
Charity does what?
Suffereth long.
Yeah, I think we went through that already. I think we went through that today.
Okay.
If you loved anybody, you wouldn't be a drug addict. You know what that does to your family. You know what that does to your brothers and your sisters. If you weren't so effing selfish, you wouldn't smoke weed. You smoke weed and you don't care what it does to your children. You don't care about your children getting contact highs. You don't care about your children breathing up all of that cigarette smoke. You don't care about the amount of death that's caused from secondhand smoke. You don't love anyone, which is why you smoke cigarettes, which is why you smoke weed. An alcoholic doesn't love anybody. He doesn't love anyone because he knows, listen, so many of you out there are afraid to fly. I encounter it all the time. People call me. They're terrified of flying. I mean, they're scared to death of flying. You know how many people have died in a plane crash in the last 20 years? 0. Do you understand me? 0 commercial airplane deaths. 0. You know how many people have died driving cars in the last 20 years? You know how many people have died of drunk driving, whose deaths were caused because of drunk driving? Let's ask Alexa. Alexa, how many people have died in drunk driving cases in the last 20 years?
From WebMD.com. In 2020, more than 11,600 people died in alcohol-related crashes, accounting for 30% of U.S. traffic deaths and a 14% increase over 2019 numbers.
That's in a year. In 1 year, 11,000. My God, can you imagine? In 20 years, how many people have died because of drunk drivers? You're afraid to fly. Flying is nothing. You're completely safe flying, right? You're in terrible danger when you get in your car and drive down the street. You should be praying in. People, an airplane, everybody, Jesus Christ, help me, Lord. Please let us land. You get behind the wheel of a car, you drive like nothing is going to happen. That's how you're going to die, brother. Why? Because as you're driving down the road, there are people that do not love anyone but themselves. That's why they speed, and that's why they're drunk. Well, if you kept the commandments of God, you couldn't be a drunk. If you kept the commandments of God, you couldn't do any of these things. If you kept the commandments of God, you would have to suffer. You wouldn't be able to end your pain and hurt someone else. Everybody understands. Love would make you suffer. That's what love would do. You would embrace suffering. Continue.
And it's kind.
And it's what?
Kind.
If you kept the commandments of God, you'd be kind. You'd be kind to people. You wouldn't harm people and hurt people. You'd care about a poor sister who's hungry and suffering. You care about a poor brother who's going through terrible things and his wife committed adultery. You care about them. You'd be kind to them if you kept the commandments of God. Keep going.
Charity envieth not.
Charity does not envy. What is envy? Envy is the seed that causes people to steal, that causes people to unalive people, being envious. If you ever wondered how the Most High God back in the day of Moses would condemn people for being covetousness. You know what it means to covet, right? The Bible says, thou shalt not covet. Well, during the time of Moses, how would you convict someone of being covetous? Because being covetous is attempted stealing, attempted robbery, attempted adultery. There's adultery, which is when you slept with another man's wife. But then there's you plotting on sleeping with her, which is not adultery, but it is breaking the law of coveting. You want his wife. I know for a fact you want her because you tried to get her. I know for a fact you want his horse because you tried to steal his horse. It's not stealing, which is also unlawful, but you were caught in trying to steal, and that is being covetous or breaking the law against coveting in the Bible. Well, envying someone is where it starts. When someone is rich or someone has money or someone has something you want, and now you envy them and you hate them because they have something you want. Now you're plotting on unaliving them or stealing from them. If you kept the commandments, you wouldn't do that because the commandments say, thou shalt not covet. Everyone understands. Keep going.
Charity vaunteth not itself.
Charity vaunteth not itself. To vaunt means to leap or to make yourself bigger than other people, more important than other people. How do you make yourself more important? By thinking, I should have all your money. You shouldn't have any. I should have your horse. You shouldn't have a horse. My hunger is worse than yours. Like something people used to say when I was a kid. I'm only selling drugs to feed my children. You heard that term before? You know, I'm selling drugs to feed. Oh, your kids are the important ones. Oh, I get it. Mines don't mean a damn thing. So you can feed your children. Mine have to go hungry. That makes sense to you, right? That makes sense to you to feed your children. What do you have to do? Murder mine to feed yours? No. If you kept the commandments, you wouldn't vaunt yourself like that. You wouldn't think that your life is more important than other people's lives. You wouldn't think that if you kept the commandments of God. Continue.
It's not puffed up.
I just broke that down.
Verse 5 does not
the same thing, like blowing yourself up like a blowfish. You know, like you're better than them, so your life matters more, your hunger matters more, your poverty matters more, and theirs doesn't matter. Continue.
Okay, I'll jump in the verse of a question, sir. Verse 7: beareth all things, believeth all things.
Beareth all things, believeth all things. What does it mean to bear something? To suffer something. To suffer. You bear it. You take it. Like imagine the metaphor of putting something up on your shoulders and you're carrying it. You took a rank, you carry that rank. You're a trooper, you carry it. You're an officer, you carry it. You take it up and you do it. Is it difficult? Yes, it's very difficult. It's terrible. Cry, but bear it. Bear it. What does believe all things mean? Anyone want to give it a shot? I believe that's his question. It's right in front of your face. How about this? What is the all things? Break that down. All you have to be is there here today to get the answer, because I've already given you the answer. Love believes all things. What are the all things? Levi, bring me home.
All things pertaining to obeying God, commandments.
You walk, give him a hand. There you went there.
Oh, God.
The all things doesn't believe you believe in Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy. The all things is talking about, I believe in the whole law, all of it. Why? Because what does a sinner do? Well, I'm not going to murder. I'm not going to unalive people, but I am going to covet. I'm not going to steal, but I am going to be in the LGBT community. You see, a sinner picks and chooses which things they believe. They decide. Give me the precept I want. Thou sayest that I don't unalive, but I do covet. When one God, the same God, said not to covet, that said not to unalive. When it says all things, it means all the commandments. All right. You can't just say these are the ones I do, but I'm still going to smoke weed. But I'm still going to smoke cigarettes, but I'm still going to celebrate birthdays, but I don't eat pork, but I don't eat shrimp. That's not how it works, man. You understand? That's not how it works. If you had any love in your heart, You'd believe everything. You wouldn't decide which ones you believe. You women out there in the truth, you better believe in a man's right to have more than one woman. I don't want to hear none of that mess. I don't care about none of that, all your complaints, and I don't give a damn what you don't like. Who cares? Sometimes your husband wants to knock 2 teeth out of your head. And you know what I have to tell him? He can't do it. He might say, sir, I think I should knock a tooth out of her goddamn face. You know what he's told? That is unlawful. That's what he's told. Well, your husband can have another woman. That's it. Now, if you're in the truth, you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to make your peace with that. You're going to have to do what? Bear it. Give him a hand. Bear all things. Suffer all things. Or else, why be in the truth, man? Why be in this camp? Why be One West if you don't believe in everything? Why do it?
Right.
The hell is the point of doing this? You don't have to be here. You could just surrender your cover. I will hang it in our graveyard, and you can go be a dirty, filthy thing that your mother is. You can go do that. You get the point. All right. If you don't believe in everything, why do this? I never understood half doing the school. I've never got it. I don't understand it. But maybe it's because I've learned how to love. Maybe that's why I don't understand it. Go ahead, Levi.
Hopeth all things.
Hope what?
All things.
Hope what? What does that mean? You hope for Christmas to come here this year. You hope for a good Thanksgiving. You hope to get a new bike on your birthday. What is all things? What are the all things you hope for? You're hoping that all of the word of God happens. You're hoping for the kingdom of heaven. You're hoping for slaves. You're hoping for rulership on the planet Earth. If it's in the Bible and the Most High God said he would give it to you, you hope it happens. You know what our prayers say every Sabbath. You know what we hope for. I don't got to say here. It happened. We said, let loose all the terrors. Let loose all the terrors. Oh, they're loose. I pray you understand that. They're everything we asked for happened. Why do we ask for it? Because the Bible says God wants it. So since he wants it, we want it. We asked for the COVID-19 virus. We asked for the plagues. And they happen. They happen. We asked for them. Why? Not because we invented it in our imagination, but because the Bible prophesied that these things, though they be terrible, though they affect a lot of us in a terrible way, the Most High God said that these things happen and were the only way that our people could be free from oppression. So we pray for them to happen. We hope for them to happen. Keep going.
Verse 7. And so like endureth all things. Verse 8. Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail.
Listen, people could say this and say that. You go to church, you done heard 1,000 prophecies that fail. Why? Because of so many false prophets. You know, your preacher said everything gonna be all right. Did they still say that in church? I remember when I was coming up in the camps in the late 90s, preachers would always say everything gonna be all right. Everything, it's not all right. It didn't happen. You know what? You're gonna get a new job. You're not. You know what? There's a check coming for you in the mail. You know, claim this, Mercedes Benz and claim these. You're not gonna get it. It didn't happen. Your grandmother was healed. He smacked her on the forehead. He told her she was healed. Your grandmother is dead. That's what happened. Prophecies can fail because there are so many false prophets. Prophecies, sure, they can fail. Keep going from prophecies.
Prophecies, they shall fail.
Mm-hmm.
Whether there be tongues, they shall cease.
Tongues shall cease. You might have someone that can speak fluent Hebrew and Greek and speak all of the 7 Romance languages. And you might believe because they can speak those languages that they can interpret the word of God better because they can speak Hebrew. Because they said he could be wrong. You understand? He could be absolutely wrong. Oh, damn. Well, that context is different. So that word doesn't mean that. Somebody could say they're trying, they're hoping, they can be very diligent and try to be correct, like we are in the Lashawan Quadox department. Diligent, strong, studying, but there is only one thing that doesn't fail. Anything else, you could make a mistake. You could be wrong, but there is one thing that never fails. So as you go to learn Hebrew, as you go to learn Latin and Greek, you better add love to your learning. You better make sure this is involved in your education, because really it's the only thing that is infallible. Continue.
They shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away.
Oh my God, you understand all of the Akanakis, don't you? You poor brothers now have access to every lie on the planet. You think you have access to all the truth on the planet. You realize I was young, it was the TV. And old heads used to say, you can't believe everything on TV. That TV is lying. Now you have the internet, and you have about all types of aliens, about all types of conspiracy nonsense, which is why so many of you didn't go get the COVID-19 vaccine. They're going to make you infertile. Get infertile. Do it. Your kids are terrible. Get infertile. Become a zombie. A zombie is better than you. I'd rather have a zombie in here than you. A zombie ain't going to smoke everything and be addicted to cocaine. Zombies don't do cocaine. So become a zombie, because zombies don't smoke the kind of weed you smoke. Why don't you do something and stop being so dumb and believing everything on the internet? Those things could be wrong. Do you understand? Those things aren't magic. The internet is not a magic box of truth. Those things could fail. Those things could be wrong. Those things could cease. There's only one thing that doesn't fail. It doesn't stop. There's only one thing. Keep going.
Verse 9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part.
We know in part, and we prophesy in part. Meaning what? We prophesy what the Most High God tells us. We don't prophesy more than that. What he tells us, we say. It'll break it down right here. Go ahead.
Verse 10. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away.
Let me explain prophecies to you as fast as I possibly can, all right? This is every prophecy. Imagine looking through a, what's this thing called on a boat? Telescope? Is that a telescope? Even the one on a boat that you look out to? A conical? I don't know. You know that damn, that glass, that thing, they used to call it glass back in the day. You're on a ship. You stretch out that long thing to see what's ahead of you, right? That's what a prophecy is like. So you stretch it out to see it. Now, what do you see through that thing? Is that land? Could be.
Monocular.
Binocular, but not monocular. That's the word. Monocular, because it's only one. It's not a binocular. It's one. Bi means two, right? So you stretch out the monocular. What is that you're seeing? Now, as I'm far away from it, it seems like it's land. It could be land. It could be a cloud. I won't know for sure until I get closer to it. That's prophecies. So prophecies that are false, I can tell you what it looks like here, but as we get closer to it, then I'll have a clearer picture. What I explained to you is what you're about to read right now. Go ahead.
That was the end of it, sir.
Okay, that's somewhere. I think it's right here. Read that again. Get the precept where it says looking through a glass. That's
is it about the oppressor? He shall be like a looking glass.
It's not that. Gotcha. What do you think you have? From up front. What do you have?
So like the other one, when you go down to verse 12.
Blue water. Go to verse 12, please.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 12. For now we see through a glass, darkly.
That's this glass. That's a monocle. You see through a glass darkly or dimly. You're looking through it. You're trying to see something that's 20 years away, 30 years away, 10 years away. You're looking and you're telling the people what you see. You see something that's coming, right? Like in the UPK, we didn't know that there was going to be the COVID-19 virus, but we knew a plague was coming. We knew that was coming. We told you it was coming. We didn't know about the 9/11, but we knew that terrorist acts were coming. As you get closer to it, oh boy. Listen, there Condoleezza Rice, Clark. I believe his name was Clark. He gave Condoleezza Rice a report that said Osama bin Laden is determined to attack the World Trade Center. World Trade Center attack imminent. About a month later, the whole thing went up into hell. As you get closer to it, you can see it. It's like someone looking through a glass dimly. It's dark because it's far away. Keep going.
But then, face to face, now I know in part.
Oh, listen. But then, face to face, when you get up on it, now we can prophesy clearer because we're closer to the thing. Now I know in part. So he's telling them these prophecies I'm giving you, they're not specific. They're not telling you the date it's going to happen. They're not telling you exactly what's going to happen. I'm prophesying the thing that's going to happen, but it's far away now. So it's like in general, it's not specific to the date and the thing that's going to happen. I know in part. That's the part. What he tells you is true, but the specifics are not there because it's so far away. Everybody gets the point. All right. I think that's it. All right. One last one or no?
Yeah. A brother asked if it's okay for him to DJ at a birthday party.
For him to DJ at a birthday party.
That's like his slavery.
Eesh. That's a rough one. I mean, I would not. Okay. I would not DJ at a birthday party, considering if you are a DJ, there's so many things you could do that are lawful. If you make your money through being a DJ, my God, you can make your money every goddamn weekend. Every weekend, you have a random everything. You know, the nightclubs, the clubs. Is it lawful? No, it's not lawful to DJ at a birthday party. It's unlawful to do it. It's unlawful to be a barber and give someone a shape up. That's unlawful. It's not unlawful to be a barber, but it is unlawful to do shape ups. That's unlawful. So you got to kind of walk that line if you choose to do something that is, you got to skirt the line a little bit. It's a dance. You got to kind of learn how to do it if that's your chosen profession. However, if you're a barber, you could do a million other damn things. I don't know why you committed to it like it's being a doctor. Okay, you're a barber. There's 1,000 other things you could go do where there will be no darkness on what is lawful. It's completely clear. It's fine, but don't be in a DJ at a birthday party singing the song. I'll give you the best way to understand it. This is how I would live my life. If there is video of me doing it, would that hurt the school for people to see it? So if before you know it, if we see on the internet, you happy birthday to you singing the damn Stevie Wonder song on a DJ, and that comes on the internet, I'll be hanging your cover in the graveyard, getting rid of you out of here because you will embarrass the school. Your enemies will see it. It'll be hard to go teach after people see you and see you singing the Stevie Wonder version of the happy birthday song at a birthday party. You lose kind of your moral authority by doing it. It's going to be difficult for you to go back on the street. Maybe the reason that you even want to do it is because you want to lose your moral authority so you can leave the truth. I'd be careful with that. It is unlawful. You should not be doing it. Go DJ every other damn night of the year, what you can do. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Last one, or is that it? With that,
no. The topic you have. The topics you have, sir.
Go ahead.
All right, so we have the gangster senators. We have that video if you want to watch it, sir.
Mm-hmm. Someone just hold the precept about the horsemen of the apocalypse. That's not, that phrase is not in there, but you know what I'm talking about. You need the red horse. Check this out, everyone.
Let's talk about Mr. O'Brien.
Can you raise the volume, Aisha, Babu Shah?
Let's talk about Mr. O'Brien himself, his behavior. As everybody knows, and it's here in the last time, him and I kind of had a back and forth. Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sorry, I wish he was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. You want to run your mouth? We can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your
All right.
solution, everybody?
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond? Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a
Oh,
hearing.
Bernie Sanders trying to get order in there. This is the upper house of Congress. You know how much power a senator has in America? A congressman has less power than him. This is the upper house of, and in the UK, this would be the equivalent of the House of Lords in the UK. This cat has so much power, so much peace, and they're about to fight each other. Why? Who has my precept? Because the spirit of war is loose. They're fighting on the streets of New York, tearing down. Give me some more video. Give me all the videos fast as you can. They're tearing down the 30th Grand Central Station.
Right here, sir.
Keep read it until he gets it, Levi.
Kanadawakan.
Let Levi read
Revelation
first.
chapter 6, verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. Verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
To take what from the earth?
Peace from the earth.
To take what from the earth?
Peace from the earth.
Senators are going to fight each other. They're not going to even understand why they're doing it. They're going to just feel the intense feeling to punch somebody in the face at a congressional hearing, at a senatorial hearing. People out on the street are going to feel this. Play the video.
Yes, sir.
Whatever else you got. Read it one more time. To take what?
Peace from the earth.
We're in the last days. This is a biblical prophecy that we have prayed for because we read it in the Bible. And it's happening now. No one wants peace. Peace is gone. No one wants it. Give me whatever else you have. Keep going.
And that they should kill one another.
That's going to happen.
To him a great sword.
Oh boy, they're going to have the ability. They're going to have the desire and the ability to get rid of peace. This is a demon, a spirit that's on the run. And it's not just in the Ukraine. It's not just in Palestine. It's in Washington, D.C., on the streets, and in Congress. Everywhere it's going to happen. What do you have for me? Anything?
I have this right here, sir.
Go ahead. The brothers didn't have any questions that I missed.
It was an attack on a police lieutenant in the Bronx. 2 men are now facing charges, including assaulting a police officer. Investigators say the lieutenant was attacked at the 238th Street subway station last night. The suspects took off before eventually being caught. Police say 2 groups were fighting when the officer stepped in. A box cutter, razor, and knife were allegedly recovered. A police source giving us this image of the injured officer who suffered facial lacerations, but is reportedly going to be okay.
That's at White Plains Road, right? 238. Listen, they're not running from that. That's over. They're done with that. That's biblical prophecy. That is what we've been telling you was going to happen since 1969. Oh, you better think about what else we said was going to happen, because all of it is here. It's now. The Bible says that red horse, the rider who's on or the chariot behind the red horse, man, listen, that red horseman, brother, is taking peace from the earth. And he's been given a sword. And he is going to do his bidding. And if you're not in the truth, you're going to just feel the uncontrollable urge to hurt someone. I don't care if you're a rich congressman or if you're some miscreant on the streets in a protest. It's going to happen. And soon you're going to see the counter protest happen. Watch for that for this week. For the pro-Israeli people who support Israel to go find where the anti-Israeli people are and to have a protest at the same time, they can satisfy their bloodlust. It's going to happen. And then Donald Trump will probably punch somebody in the face or hit somebody. Or Donald Trump this week said that he said that the prosecutor and the judge someone should citizen arrest them. It happened this week. Someone should walk up to them on the street and kidnap them and call it a citizen's arrest. That's what Donald Trump says this week. Anything?
Go
ahead.
Collided into each other. The NYPD, though, stepped in right away and kept the 2 sides separated. On 42nd Street today, in front of the Israeli consulate, there was physical violence. There were boiling hot emotions.
Ladies.
See, look, they're coming across. You need to let
The NY to keep the demonstration separate. Protesters on both sides kept infiltrating the opposing side to instigate and fan the flames of an already volatile situation.
There was no reclaiming of this land. This land was always ours.
Let me wrap it up with this real fast. You'll see these all week. Let me say something I almost forgot to say this week. When you see celebrities who are pro-Palestine or pro-Israel, they are being paid to be pro-Israel or pro-Palestine. No celebrity gives a damn about any of this. They're hired to speak for it or to speak against it. If you're all caught up in it thinking that this celebrity is really telling me to do it, he is getting paid to tell you to do it. Mark Lamont Hill, what's that one, that crazy professor? Cornel West. Cornel West is getting paid to be pro-Palestinian. He's paid to do it. It's his job. And whoever is against it or for it is not just expressing their sincere belief. They're paid, they're lobbied to do it. Next week, I'll show you how much lobbying money is done on behalf of the Israelis and on behalf of the Palestinians. And for the life of me, what is a Black or Hispanic doing giving a damn about any of this? With the problems you have, damn. Can you imagine the neighborhood that Black people who go out on the street and protest for or against Palestine? Can you imagine the neighborhood you're going to when the protest is over? And the neighborhood their ally is going to? Your ally owns all the businesses in your neighborhood, whether they be Israelis or Palestinians. I know why you're doing it, though. You're caught up in the spirit. The red horseman is loose. You can't help yourself. You just have to do it because you're weak. Anything else, Asher?
Spanish announcement.
Give me that one, please. Oh, what's that? Damn it, Asher. Give me a hand, Asher. All right. Finally. Then you have one about the Hispanic brother.
Yes, sir.
Give me that last one, then I'll get my announcement together.
Come on, sir. So I have this article here that happened recently up in the Bronx. It states, here we go. Migrant man stabbed in the head in New York City by homeless attacker who said you don't belong in U.S.
Now, here's the ridiculous part about this. The one who stabbed him is Hispanic. He's Hispanic. He stabbed another Hispanic in the head saying, you don't belong here. You're an immigrant. Why? Because that's what Donald Trump says. Because that's what's on the internet. So an Hispanic brother stabs another Hispanic brother in the head because he's just what his grandmother was. Just what his abuela was, or his abuelo was. That's what his grandmother and grandfather were, coming over here from another country, trying to have a better life. He would have never gotten here if his grandmother or grandfather wouldn't have come here and risked everything so they could get out of the ghettos of whatever country they're from. Now he stabbed someone in the head for doing the same thing. You want to read it?
Concert, if you don't mind.
Please.
It says, a hateful creep allegedly attacked a migrant man, stabbing him in the head while saying, you don't belong in this country, in the Bronx last week, police said Tuesday. Luis Murillo, 36, was charged with 4 counts of assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and harassment for the November 10th attack on a fellow Hispanic man.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Murillo, who is homeless, allegedly approached the 52-year-old victim outside an Optimum cable store.
The brother who stabbed him is a homeless man. Living on the street, living outside. Sees another brother and says,
asked to borrow money.
Asked to borrow some money from him. Keep going.
And asked to borrow money, police said. A fight between the two men ensued, during which Murillo spat out, you don't belong in this country. Murillo then allegedly punched the victim in the face and stabbed him in the head, police said.
Akim, that's the spirit that's in the air. If you're undisciplined, it'll be inside of you. It'll be in you. What we try to teach you in the Israelite School of UPK under commanding General Yohana out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, is to be strong against these spirits, is to put something in your chest that's permanent, that's sturdy, that's strong, that's steadfast, so that you can resist the spirit that is absolutely going to be loose right now in this world. And peace is going to be taken away from, even though you see wars everywhere, all over your phone, all over the internet, just remember the end is not yet. It ain't over yet. And be not afraid. Don't be afraid. We're going to get through this. Everyone understands. Go ahead, Asher.
And pay your Passover fee.
And pay your Passover fee. Pay that fee. It's all inclusive. So all of the events that we have, also get your hotel. Contact the brothers, man. Let them tell you where the hotel is. We got a hotel. Everyone is going to stay at the same hotel. Right. But you got to call that hotel tonight. You got to call it and make your reservation to that hotel, or else some heathen will take your room. So you better call that hotel immediately. Be contacting the Passover department. Call Hazayan. Run his phone up. Call him all night, all day, like you do me. Call Hazayan and find out how you can get that Passover fee paid now, how you can get your room. What do you call to get your room? You call the hotel. You got to reserve your room right now, or else they're going to give our rooms to some piece of garbage. You block up that entire hotel. Do it. Everybody understands. Do it tonight. Do it in the morning. Pay your Passover fee tonight. Do it in the morning. Everybody understands? Lo siento, un momento. Mi nombre es N.W.O Mahayaman. Soy tu hermano. Y estos son los anuncios. Somos la Real. Comenzamos en 1 Oeste, calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del comando de el general Yahana. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres latino, negro o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido, Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos sin culpa, pero su iglesia tiene toda la culpa de lo que nos está pasando. Órale. With that, pass the class over.
Clap it up for the class. Man, Israel Amajim. Man, Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Man, Israel Amaj Shabbat. Amajim, Barak, Yah Bashem, Yah Shah Rakatah. Yasmata. So, and turn to the sister.